Title: World War II, The Untold Stories Behind the Bloodiest War in History, a war that would consume forever. A thunder of steel rolled across the Polish border. German tanks advanced with ruthless precision. Above them, warplanes screamed through the sky. This was not just another war. This was the beginning of the deadliest conflict in human history. A war that would consume continents, destroy empires, and reshape the fate of humanity itself. But beyond the well-known battles lie stories rarely told. Stories of courage, of fear, of sacrifice, and of unimaginable loss. This is World War II, as you've never seen it before. Chapter 1: The Road to War. The seeds of World War II were planted long before the first bullet was fired. After World War I, the defeated Germany was humiliated by the Treaty of Versailles. Its economy collapsed. Its people suffered. Out of this chaos rose a man, Adolf Hitler. A master of persuasion, he promised to restore Germany's pride, to rebuild its strength, to reclaim its lost glory. And the world watched in silence. One by one, Hitler broke international agreements. He rebuilt the military. He marched into neighboring lands. No one stopped him until it was too late. Chapter 2: Blitzkrieg, Lightning War. When war finally came, it came fast. Germany unleashed a terrifying new strategy: Blitzkrieg, or Lightning War. Tanks surged forward. Aircraft bombed relentlessly. Infantry followed with deadly speed. Poland fell in weeks. Then came Denmark, Norway, Belgium, and the Netherlands. Europe was collapsing. And then, France. In just 6 weeks, one of Europe's most powerful nations was defeated. Paris fell. The world stood in shock. Chapter 2: Blitzkrieg, Lightning War. When war finally came, it came fast. Germany unleashed a terrifying new strategy: Blitzkrieg, or Lightning War. Tanks surged forward. Aircraft bombed relentlessly. Infantry followed with deadly speed. Poland fell in weeks. Then came Denmark, Norway, Belgium, and the Netherlands. Europe was collapsing. And then, France. In just 6 weeks, one of Europe's most powerful nations was defeated. Paris fell. The world stood in shock. Chapter 3: Britain stands alone. With Europe under Nazi control, only one nation stood defiant: Britain. Under the leadership of Winston Churchill, the British people prepared for invasion. The skies became a battlefield. The German Luftwaffe launched relentless air attacks, bombing cities, factories, and homes. This was the Battle of Britain. Night after night, bombs rained down on London. Civilians hid in underground stations. But Britain did not fall. Against all odds, they endured. Chapter 4: The War Expands. Then, the war spread across the globe. In 1941, Hitler made a fatal mistake. He invaded the Soviet Union. What followed was one of the most brutal campaigns in history. Millions perished in freezing winters and relentless battles. Meanwhile, across the Pacific, Japan launched a surprise attack on Pearl Harbor. The United States was pulled into the war. Now, the conflict was truly global. Chapter 5: Turning the Tide. The war reached its darkest moments, but slowly, the tide began to turn. At Stalingrad, Soviet forces refused to surrender. Street by street, building by building, they fought back. it became a graveyard for the German army. In North Africa, Allied forces pushed back against Axis control. And in 1944, the Allies launched the largest invasion in history, D-Day. Thousands of soldiers stormed the beaches of Normandy under heavy fire. It was chaos. It was sacrifice. It was the beginning of the end.
Chapter 6: The Holocaust, humanity's darkest chapter. But beyond the battlefield, another horror unfolded. The Holocaust. Millions of innocent people, Jews, Roma, disabled individuals, and others were systematically murdered. Entire families were erased, lives reduced to numbers. This was not just war. This was genocide. A scar on human history that will never fade.
Chapter 7: The Final Collapse. By 1945, Germany was surrounded. Allied forces advanced from the west. Soviet forces closed in from the east. Berlin was in ruins. And in a bunker beneath the city, Hitler faced the end. Soon after, Nazi Germany surrendered. But the war was not yet over.
Chapter 8: The Pacific and the Atomic Age. In the Pacific, the fighting continued with brutal intensity. Island after island became a battlefield. Lives were lost in staggering numbers. Then came a decision that would change the world forever. The United States dropped atomic bombs on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. In an instant, cities were destroyed. Thousands died. Japan surrendered. World War II was over.
Closing. Reflection. More than 70 million people had lost their lives. Cities lay in ruins. Families were shattered. The world had witnessed both the worst and the best of humanity. Acts of unimaginable cruelty and acts of extraordinary courage. World War II was not just a war. It was a turning point in history. A reminder of what happens when hatred rises, and a warning of what must never happen again. Please subscribe my YouTube channel and praise the bell icon.